So I'm out here chilling with Sev, keeping our physical distance, social distance as they call it, and it's pretty relaxing. So I spend a lot of time on my own anyway, and spend a lot of time not working as well. So I'm working at the moment, obviously, well, not right now, but it's nothing new to me, chilling out. But I figured I might as well talk about why I run flat pedals. So everybody asks me, why don't you go clips, you'd be faster? Have you tried clips? What do you think of clips versus flats? All the usual questions. It's the same nonsense constantly all over the internet about what's better, blah blah blah. It's obvious that clip pedals have an advantage. Once you're really good on flat pedals, or once you're really good at riding flat pedals or clip pedals, regardless, once your riding skill is well and truly up there, things like sprinting out the gate, holding onto your bike through rough stuff, jumping and controlling your bike in awkward situations, clips definitely come in handy. Sprinting through rough stuff, clips come in handy. Outside of that, flat pedals. So getting off your bike when something goes wrong, super handy. More fun cornering, super handy. Much better if you're trying to develop your skills. If you're not quite up at a high level yet, learning how to corner without having to be attached to the bike, without having to be mechanically attached. Learning how to jump without being mechanically attached. Learning how to bunny hop without being mechanically attached. Dabbing a foot, holding onto the bike through rough stuff without being attached. There's so many things that come from flat pedals. So many skills. So for me, why do I run flat pedals? I've run clips before. I ran clips when I was, I wouldn't say racing, I was kind of racing at the BMX club. I wasn't racing BMX, but we had our cruisers, we had our dirt jumpers, and there was a few of us that rolled into Cross Keys and would race the Wednesdays and do the gates on Mondays. And I eventually went to clips. I'd never been on clips, but that kind of pushed me into clips. Just because the guys were saying, you'll get a better gate start, blah blah blah. So I went to clips, and it was more aggressive for sure. I was more aggressive out the gate. Really didn't make much of a difference after that initial gate start. It's literally just the pull from your back leg that you get that makes the clips so much better. And when you're racing BMX, I think the boys all want to be, and girls, all want to be mechanically attached. So there's no chance of slipping a pedal. You keep your clips up nice and tight, and you can just smash. So smashing out the gate, smashing down the straights, lifting your bike up, it's perfect. Clip pedals, you won't see anyone, I don't think, racing BMX that runs flat pedals, more or less for that gate start. So mountain biking, I don't really race anymore. Now I'll participate in a race here and there if I get amped for it, but it's always just for fun. I am still competitive, obviously. I don't like getting beaten at anything, but we play a pretty volatile game, and there's always someone faster than you, and there's plenty of guys faster than me around here. But why do I run flat pedals? It's just better. It's just, for me, it's more comfortable. I can move my feet around whenever I want. It keeps my skills honed. My shoes are comfortable, easy to walk up and down the hills in. I just prefer flat pedals. I don't like being attached to the bike when something goes wrong. So it's not often I crash anymore. I don't crash as much as I used to. But when I do crash, I don't want to be attached to the bike. I don't want to be slingshotting the bike, down the hill and still have my ankle attached to it, or wrench a knee ligament or an ankle ligament because I couldn't get unclipped in the right fashion, or I want to run them a little bit looser so that in the event of a crash, my feet will come out. And then occasionally you pull your clip out when you're sprinting really hard, or when you do a awkward movement, or you whatever happens. I'm not big on it. I'm not big on being clipped into the bike. So, if I was racing at the highest level, I'd probably spend time on clips again, just to get proficient with them and potentially get a little bit of an advantage. But You know, you look at guys like Sam Hill dominating the enduro scene on flat pedals. There's guys in the downhill, not so much anymore, but there's still guys in the down. You look at Connor Fearon, slays on flat pedals. The pedals aren't the last thing to change to which will be the difference between you going from a weekend warrior to a World Cup winner. There's so many other things. There's bike setup, there's fitness, there's strength, there's aggression, there's mindset, skills acquisition. There's so many things that go into becoming a better rider outside of changing what pedals you're running. So a good shoe is super important. I've been testing a couple of different shoes. Northwave Clan felt alright. I tested that not long ago. It was only a brief, very, very brief. I just swapped shoes with a friend briefly because he wanted to try the 510 Impacts as well. And they were good. The Northwave Clan were really good. They had almost the grip of the 510, not quite, and a comfortable shoe. So they get my tick of approval for sure. They're not as grippy as the 510 Impact. They're close to a 510 Freerider, and the feel, you know, the fit and whatever is closer to a 510 Freerider, so a comfortable shoe to wear. The 510 Impact's a big, burly, strong, stiff shoe. It's purpose built. So yeah, but the ride concepts, unfortunately, the rubber's not very good. I know they're working on improving that. The guys reached out to me after my review of their shoes not long ago, so they are on the hunt to improve their rubber, and it sounds like what they've got coming next is definitely will, maybe not rival, it will test the 510. Now the 510 Impact, the Stealth rubber is the standard. It's as simple as that. Shimano shoes are okay. I've heard the Giro shoes are good. I think the Bontrager shoes may be okay. The Giant flat pedal shoes are terrible. Most flat pedal shoes are terrible, to be honest. They're not terrible as in comfort, but they're just terrible as in grip. So Northwave Clan gets my tick of approval. The 510, most of the 510 range gets my tick of approval. So flat pedals for sure over clips. Get yourself some good shoes and reasonable pedals. So Bontrager plastic pedals are really, really good. They're high end. I really like them. Nuke Proof Horizons, DMR Volts, Raceface Atlas, Raceface Chester, they're all good. So find yourself some good reliable pedals that don't have a reputation of snapping axles. There's a few of them out there. And yeah, if you like flats, I'm all for it. If you like clips, I'm all for it as well. You do whatever suits you, and just make sure you're having fun and you're safe.